Sport fans, I'm Michael Sakala.
And I'm Brandon Wickard, coming to you live from Rosati's, South Fort Myers. And how the heck are you?
Howdy, tell me about it. Yeah, it's been a while.
That's your line, buddy.
Yep, yes it is. Here we are.
We
took the summer off.
We took time off.
Took the summer off, well-rested time.
We've had the debacle that was in the ring with Mayweather and Pacquiao, the myth, where they combined for a total of over $600 million. 250 for Mayweather, 150 million for Pacquiao, and one of the worst fights I've ever seen. A joke.
Well, the pre-fight, if I'm not mistaken, that Rock'em Sock'em pre-fight. Now that was the fight.
That was better. Yes.
That might have been the fight. It didn't last that long, and I'm still to this day, my neck hurts from the shot I took. But yeah, well.
And we also saw, for you and us, that you had a new Triple Crown winner during the time we left, because that was going on in our last.
He was hitting it.
First time in 37 years since the firm that went down, and we had the NBA championship also finalized.
And I think the true champion won.
Right,
I do. I think the
Golden
better
State
team won. Yes. Well, here we are.
It's football season, buddy.
Football
what are we
season.
talking all this other stuff for?
I don't know. We're on our 21st show. I can't believe you've lasted this long. Because most people, they'll tell you, I kind of get on people's nerves. I'm surprised you didn't go Geno Smith and punch me in the face.
I got you looking over my shoulder now. I don't know what to do.
And how
with
about
myself.
him, huh?
Yeah.
Huh? I want double over here. Now I know why you get nervous. I'm standing
It's all
behind
about
you all the
Mike.
time.
I mean, he's just all around me.
I got an ego. I do. I'm not going to lie to you people. I look in the mirror twice a day.
Those Cowboy fans.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Well, before we do get into football, I was wondering, let's briefly talk about where we are with baseball. Basically, who's going to the playoffs and who's going to do what in the playoffs.
Okay.
Myself, as far as the American League, I got the Jays and the Royals, top two teams. I got the Astros and the Yanks making it in. When it's all said and done, I got the Jays going to the championship.
You gotta have one more.
Who's that? See, my
You
thought.
get a double card, 2 wild cards.
Yeah, there's 2 wild cards.
Yeah, so the Yanks, or whoever's going to go with the Yanks, and
I got the Yanks.
They're going to play a one-gamer.
Yes. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
So you get to pick one more.
Well, I got the. Well, if that's the case, then I would probably go with, as I got a little highlight next to it, is the. I'm going with the Angels because of their bats. I'm not too fond of either one of theirs pitching, but I do think the Angels got some bat. And when you got Trout on your team, you never go wrong. Over in the National League, I'm going with the Mets and the Cards, the Giants, the Bucks, the Dodgers, and the Cubs. Bring them in, and when it's all said and done, dare I say it, Kurt, if you're watching, I got your Mets playing against the Jays for all the money.
Yeah, we know that's not going to happen.
Yeah, but if it does, it'd be very exciting.
And they have a problem on that side also.
What's that?
Because you get the Cards will be the division winner, and so the Bucks and the Cubs will be your 2 wild cards.
Yes.
So that way, it either has to be Dodgers or Giants.
Oh, Dodgers or Giants? Okay. All right.
And then, I'm on division winner, and then Mets.
Well,
Who
obviously,
do you think, Dodgers or Giants?
I think the Giants, because they always do, they find a way. Just like you said, year after
Let me
year,
clarify
these
that.
guys do.
They will be battling, in the end, the Cubs for the second wild card. One of those two.
Yeah. So who do you got? I'm thinking the Jays are going to win. It's all said and done. They're hot. They got pitching. I mean, bringing Price on was a big deal. I think the Jays will probably win it all.
I'm going to give you that the Mets have some good young pitching.
Yes.
But the Mets will not reach the World Series.
No? Who are you going to go with?
The consensus would be the Cards. I mean,
Yeah.
not only the best record, but they also have pitching that the Mets have.
Yeah.
Hitting. Cubs are up and coming. I never did say they would win it this year, despite the Back to the Future stuff. But they're showing you that the capability is there, and they're on the rise. Young team.
They're very young and they're very exciting to watch. Now,
Like if we had gotten Price instead of the Blue Jays, I might have given them a little something.
that would have been.
Yeah,
that would have been
a
fun.
good move.
Now, one other subject prior to getting into the NFL, like I wrote down here, the baddest bitch on the planet, Ronda Rousey, will be fighting this November 14th over in Australia in a 90,000 seat stadium. She's now at that point and that popular where they're actually going to put her in a situation where she can fill 90,000 seats. That's pretty impressive, I think, from a boxing standpoint, but and also from a woman boxing standpoint. I think, I feel bad for Holly Holm. I give her about 45 seconds until she gets choked out or knocked out, but
So she's got the body and the clout. What do you say, Mayweather or Rousey? Who's gonna win?
I'll tell you what, I think if she was to get her hands on her, she'd choke me out. I really do.
Yeah.
Now, here we go, the new season, 2015 NFL season.
Everybody's excited about their team.
Everybody, everything.
The Eagle fans are just roaring right now.
They're going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
they are.
They got the cripple there. They're
Yes,
going.
they are. They're going to the Super Bowl. I think as long as it's before September starts, I think they'll win it.
And not to upset any of your buddies from up there, but I have to say this. I looked through their first 7 games.
Yeah.
They could wind up 1-6. If they come out of that, to me, 3-4, I'll start talking good about it. Then we'll see.
Well, let's go division by division.
All right.
We'll start with the AFC East.
My favorite division?
Yes. Give it to us. What
Okay,
you got?
here we go. At this moment, I was going to hold off. Right?
Yeah.
One more. Let it happen. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. It's dethrone time.
Really?
You're looking at the great possibility that the Patriots will not make the playoffs. If it's not this year, it's definitely next year. But I have a feeling between the Bills, the Dolphins, and the Jets, when Tommy comes back, or if he gets this and he starts the season, whatever, he's not going to have that little check mark, division title instantly, as he has basically through his whole career, like Peyton Manning did when he was in the Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Just pretty much check mark. Okay, they're the division winner and they're going to the playoffs. No more, Tommy. Sorry.
See, I was looking at it, and the Pats have won 12 of the last 14 years they've won the division. And when I look at the quarterback situation for the rest of them, I look at the Jets. You got the bearded one, Fitzgerald. Now, if you're at a spelling bee with his Harvard degree, yeah, you're going to win. The Bills, I got on here, please read the manual. I just can't believe in him. I just don't believe in the manual. And then you got take on this. He ain't going to do it either. So I do think, even though he's going to be out for 4 games, I still think it's the Patriots division to win. It's just going to be a lot different because the rest of that division did spend a lot of money on defense.
The only area that you could possibly say that they would be behind might be offensively. I can tell you that of the 4, the Patriots defense ranks number 4 against all of them.
Oh, he's got his hands full.
And if I beat you 6-3, I win the game, don't I?
Yes, you do.
All right.
You're right. No, he's got his hands full. He's definitely going to get hit.
He's definitely lost weapons.
He's going to get hit.
Just give the ball to Sean McCoy and run all over. Eagle fans know all about that.
Yep. Now we'll go over to the AFC North. That's a tricky division.
It's unbelievable.
Who do you got for that?
I just don't know what to do. It's almost like it's Pittsburgh coming back. Is it too early with the new defense? Young guys, learning it.
Yes.
Because Roethlisberger's, he's got a heck of an offense. You see
Yeah,
that
I know.
Receivers, running backs, whatever.
He's got it all.
I don't know if they can do it defensively. Ravens, they look good, then they can look on the Bengals, the Bundles. Right? Every year you think that it's their turn,
it's their time.
and they drop the ball.
Well, it's funny because that's what I got on here.
Cleveland, did they take a step back at quarterback? Maybe their defense is good.
Yes.
But they're not going to be in the battle for any playoff when you have those 3 at the top.
No.
They just can't. There's not enough room to fit in the playoffs.
To me, with the Bengals,
The Bengals are the Ravens.
Can Dalton turn and leave? Can he finally be that guy? The Ravens.
That's it.
The Ravens. Will Harbaugh read the rule book and understand the rules of the game? And to me, they're one of the most balanced teams, passing and running. They got a decent defense.
Because Ben just outscored him.
And Ben basically's got, like you said, he's got all kind of weapons, but his defense is suspect.
They might just be able to outscore you.
And the Browns. I mean, do you really believe in Johnny Football or McClown? I just don't.
I give the ball to McClown anyway.
I just don't. I got the Ravens winning that division, though, just simply because I think they're more balanced than everybody else.
I'm not going to really argue. We'll see how the first 5-6 games go, but I'm not going to argue with it.
AFC South. This is a really tough one to pick.
tell you what, have you seen the Jags play? I like that kid. Boy, is he looking good. Bortles?
What I notice about that, they're very young and they're exciting. I don't think they're there yet.
They're not ready this year.
I think they're up and coming. They're exciting.
I don't see any wild card coming out of there just for the fact that the Texans are going to be starting again now with Hoyer at quarterback. New. Is the defense there? We'll see. Remember, the clown act from last year is finally going to play football this year.
This is true.
Picked him last year, now he's going to finally play, so we'll see if he can match up to JJ.
They're getting their money's worth.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yes.
I'm giving it to the Colts, obviously, because of Luck.
That's what I'm saying. If Luck has his way, I think by week 10.
Now, if the Colts had any defense, I'd almost pick them as going to the Super Bowl.
Yes.
If they had any defense at all.
Well, it's funny. That's why I wrote in here. If Luck has it, they'll win this division by week 10. But something's kind of odd. It kind of reminds me of something. Here they have like an unbelievable explosive offense, but the defense doesn't show up. It kind of reminds me of something, don't it? It's like, how long have they been doing this? An explosive offense, no defense, you know? And, other than J.J. Watt on the Texans, there's no reason to even watch that team, The Jags, you're right. They're a very young team. They got some speed on the outside. They got some good running backs.
I give them a couple of years.
I just think in a couple of years they're going to be there.
Up, yes.
And then the Titans, they got a rookie quarterback. I mean, he's going to show. He's going to, he's going to be a little highlight film, but that's about all he'll do.
I want to see him when the defense becomes not so bad.
Yes.
I want to see what he does then.
How about the West? AFC West.
Okay, here's where I'm going to knock your socks off again.
Let me put them on first.
Sorry, Peyton. You're going to have a tough road to hoe to take that division this time around. Kansas City and San Diego have become stronger, and you have not. And he's going to be another new offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Totally different, the way Kubiak's running stuff. They have less weapons than they've had in the past. I don't see where they improve their defense so greatly to offset, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But have you seen the play of Kansas City?
I know.
Kansas City, just getting Macklin and kicking that lazy bow out of the receiver core.
Yep.
Really
I completely agree.
Unbelievable.
I got the same thing.
And they have a younger defense and fast.
Yes, yes. I pretty much got the same thing. I think this is Manning's last stand, and by week 15 he might be leaning. The Chiefs, they actually may have a passing game this year, and their defense they're very fast and they hit. And they got the game manager. That's all he's asked to do. He's not asked to do anything else.
Like I'm saying, that checklist, like Brady, you can't do that no more. You don't give it AFC. I'm not giving AFC West to Denver just because Manning anymore.
And I guess we disagree because with the Chargers, I still don't know why we got Philip around. I almost wondered why didn't we trade him up, get ready for the new season, and get a whole new team. What do you think of the Raiders, though? Do you think Carr can drive them?
I think they can be a 500 team. Again, like I said, it's not going to be, okay, Broncos coming to town or we're going to Mile High and we're just going to chalk this one up in the loss column.
Yeah.
Not no more. No.
You know, what's interesting?
There's a lot of good picks, number one picks all over that team.
Yeah.
Again, like we talked about the Jags, and I'd almost say the Jags are in even better shape, but it's a team that's young. And if they can keep that core they started right now that they finally have, 2-3 years down the road, Raiders be knocking in the playoffs.
Yeah. Now, what's interesting with this division, week 17, if it does come down to it, Denver hosts Chargers, and you know they're going to be the spoilers. And the Chiefs host the Raiders. I think if it comes down to the end of it, I think the Chargers are going to end up beating Denver, which is going to allow the Chiefs to win the division. Because I got the Chiefs winning the division.
Yeah.
Now we'll go over to the NFC East.
Woo, your favorite division.
Yes it is. As you can see, I got notes all over the place. Most of it doesn't make sense, but I write it down.
I have little hope for the Redskins.
You see what I wrote.
In making the...
I just wrote RG, move on.
Yeah, whether it's RG or not. There's not enough there. The Giants, when they start clicking, will hang around a little bit just offensively.
Yeah.
Their defense is not capable.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel sorry for the Pierre Paul incident on July 4th, where he blew off his fingers. But I'm going to say this. I think it was actually good for the Giants if that happened, or they would have paid a man, in my opinion, $16 million that over the last 2 years has been declining, even at his young age. Not playing up to like Watt potential that he had. He has outstanding potential, but just lackadaisical on the field. I'm glad they didn't pay him $16 million.
It's hard to put a finger on it or why you would pay him that much
Right.
money. Not to point that out, but yeah.
Exactly. Now we move up to the two that will be actually battling for it. I'm actually picking boys again in the division, not just because you're my
Yes.
co-host, but I'm not sold. You know that on the Chip
the
Kelly
genius?
stuff.
The
yeah.
genius?
All the off-season moves, and and they try to play it off. The announcers right up to the end, like he's making a move for Mariota. Just to try and make the draft exciting, I guess. But there was no possible way he could get him when he traded every asset he had off. By the time the draft came around, he had nobody to trade to even think about Mariota.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, it was impossible. Did they do some good stuff? Yeah, I still don't know these no names he's throwing the ball to, if that's going to last. Murray, can he run the ball? Yes, he can. And we'll see if that's enough with their defense.
Yeah.
They did solidify their defense a little bit.
Defense did
They
good.
will be a formidable opponent. You play them real early on. I don't know, first or second game out of the season, whatever it is.
The weeks I'm looking at are week 2, and then they got the Birds again on week 9, and it's a Sunday night game. It's nice. I look at it this way. Like I said, I agree with you. As far as the Skins, RGC 3PO, move on.
Oh, and did
Done with
you
them.
see Mr. McFadden last night? He
No,
actually looked like an NFL running back. Again.
Really, I didn't get to see that. I
Ripped
wish I
off a
did.
couple nice runs.
Really?
Looked better than Randall just for his little. Remember, he's only 28 years old.
Yes, yes.
Is
He
he,
got a
is he
shot.
going to be what you lost last year?
No,
Not in a million
not even-
years.
no.
Can he be a first and second down guy? And he's still, remember, he's still a man. You let him loose, he's gone.
Yeah, no,
He
he's
can
got,
take
he's
it to
got
the
some,
house.
He's got some wheels.
Yeah.
To me, I mean, I think we almost agree on a lot of things here. With the G-men, they're going to be asking Eli to carry
do it all. Yeah,
and I wonder, did he have a catch with his brother in the offseason all year? Or is Coughlin going in the all-timers? The Giants they're not going to rely on the defense. Since when did they ever play like that?
Always known for defense.
I mean, he's got a shot. Don't get me wrong. I like the way Eli plays, but he's prone to making mistakes.
Yes,
And then
yes.
the Birds. Is Chippy crazy or is he a genius? I mean, they got probably one of the best, if not the best, backfield. But then, will Sammy stay upright, or is it a bump fumble season? But I will say this: I do love Tebow as a 2-point conversion guy. I just like the way he plays. There's just something about him. But my heart again, obviously, I'm going to have to go with the Cowboys. The problem I got though, there he is. That's from last year. If all we remember, last year we won in the Seattle and won, and that's what it turned into. Can you feel me, baby? But if Romo is asked to throw the ball more than 30 times a week, it ain't going to happen. They'll win 8-9 games if they're lucky. They got to establish a run, and if it's not one of these three, if it's not Randall, McFadden, or Dunbar,
I have
better go
heard
get somebody.
that there's some other teams with former running backs too, and stable, full. They're waiting for the last cuts to be made. They've
I don't
stated
know.
that they still might make a running back move, like get one that's dumped off a roster.
Do we go after the elevator man? Do we call him? I like him as a third down back. I think if you were
I have
pick
no
him
problem
up,
with Ray Rice. It's
I think he would be like a Sproles with the Eagles, man. He's one of those guys. I don't know, but at the end, I think it's going to come down to here's the weeks that are going to get that are very interesting. Week 2 is in Philly. Week 5, the Patriots are coming home to the Cowboys.
which would be Brady's first game back. And
Week
suspension.
8, the Seahawks are in Dallas. Like I said, week 9, they got the Birds.
Yeah.
Week 14, they're at Green
At
Bay.
Green Bay.
Wow. But then the one that scares me, if it comes down to the end of the year, week 17, they got the Redskins at home, and though I say that, I hate it because the Skins always beat them.
Spoilers.
They always beat them. So if it comes down to the last game of the season, watch the Skins pull it off. And it won't even be RG3; it'll be the backup.
You
whatever
want
freaking
Cousins?
thing.
You want
Yeah,
to
it's all we
you
want.
want to have it sewn up by then.
Now we'll go over to your boys, the North. What do you got for
Tell
the
you
North?
what. Obviously, I'm putting myself on top just for the Aaron Rodgers factor.
Mm-hmm.
Even though we lost a good receiver for the season. And by the way, Cobb was taken off. After,
Yeah, I seen that late last night.
They
I seen
say
this
it's
morning.
nothing's broke or nothing. So.
Yeah.
I'll tell you the team that scares me, and no offense to our producer there, more in that division than anything, is the Minnesota Vikings. We have an angry Adrian Peterson coming back. This Bridgewater kid was the best looking quarterback that came out last year. Will now be in year 2. They have added here and there what they need.
Yes.
And the Vikings are not going to lay down.
No. No, not at all.
I look for possibly, if he stays healthy, for Peterson to attack the 2000 record again by Dickerson.
Yes. Well, to me, as long as you have Rodgers, and if the guys are going to get hurt, I'd rather see them get hurt beginning of the year than towards the middle or towards the end. But I think he just makes guys look so much better. I think no matter who he's throwing to, he's got a lot of young weapons coming up. I still think the Packers are the team to beat in that division. But the lines are really close. They got a little bit of run in the game. They're going to balance that team out. They still got a pretty good defense, but can they win on the road? They never show that. And that's what's going to hurt them. And what I looked at for the lines from week 8 to week 15, they're at Kansas City, at Green Bay. They got the Raiders at home, the Birds at home, the Green Bay at home, then they're at St. Louis, and they're at New Orleans. Those
That's
7
tough.
games,
That could be
there's
their whole season.
four of them right there. That's their season right there.
Exactly.
But they're right in there. Now, as far as the Vikings, you're right. Like a bridge over troubled water, I got to see more of this kid. The fact that he's got the baby beater behind him, running the ball, with a stick in his hand, you run that horse. I do see them having a bright future coming up. And then the Bears, unfortunately.
This is what I'm going to say about that. It's another switch. It's another changeover to a new coach.
Yes.
John Fox is a good coach.
Yeah.
You inherently don't just land a new coach and everything goes right out of the gate. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
New offense learned again. Trying to pick up on their defense where they've been known for, been slacking. I don't really look for them this year to be in the wild card or division winner, but they're, like I said, they're on a change.
Unfortunately for our producer in the Bears, it's they got Jay from State Farm,
Right,
and
Jay.
she sounds hideous, and he should, because it's a quarterback who just doesn't care. It's going to be a long season, I think, for the Bears.
I told you that I saw that. We weren't on the air, but a couple months ago, where they did a quarterback survey.
Yes.
Like 11 of them. And Jay Cutler makes the most money. Every name you name, he was the number one of the 11 in money, contract money.
It's a shame because he's got all the talent. He's got a rocket arm. It's just he just doesn't have that fighting edge, I think, at times, and it is. But I got the Packers winning this, but I'm going to tell you what, it's going to be tough. How about the
Yes, it's
North?
getting harder.
Or how about the South? Let's go over to the South.
That's the easier one.
The easier one.
Sure. You got the Bucs starting out with a rookie quarterback, just like the Titans. He's got a lot to learn. People saw early on against the vanilla defense, he looked okay.
Yeah.
The one problem I discovered was pointed out to me is where they're really hurting is offensive line.
Yes, yes.
And that showed up big time last night. They got pounded by Cleveland, and this kid was on his back 4 times. And he only played, he didn't play the whole game. Their offensive line has to get together. They won't be able to run or throw. Panthers, no Cam. They paid him the big $100-some million now. He became one of the 11 members
he's paid.
in the
He's
100-plus million.
Yeah.
And for a man that's not done anything, I find that hard to believe. If he does not perform and take his team to the next level, I don't see how you justify paying him that much money.
I think they paid him
At this point in his career, I'm
No,
saying
you're right.
he ought to be at that level.
You're right. I think they just paid him because it was like, who else is left?
There's a lot of smoke going on about Atlanta.
Yes.
Again, now they've got new coach. Going to try another running back again, fresh out of shoot, young kid. They signed Julio Jones. Okay, they've always had him.
Yeah, they chunked him up.
Their
too.
problem is also offensive line.
Yes.
Can you protect Matty Ice? Can you get a running game going with a weak offensive line? Atlanta has some pieces. I don't know if they have enough pieces.
Yeah.
So it's the flip the coin again. Remember that division never has anybody repeat. The Panthers won it under 500 last year.
Yes.
So we move to the Saints. Is Drew Brees enough? Have they made enough moves on defense to shore some stuff up? Him and the Cooks connection looks good early on. They got themselves a little stable of running backs. I don't look for the Saints to be cellar dwellers. I think you still have Breeze.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So you're always in the mix. I'll say it's between the Saints and Atlanta this year, and I'll go Saints.
Well, as far as Tampa Bay is concerned, you're right. They got a rookie quarterback. The good thing is, though, and I'll tell you what, for all you Tampa Bay fans, free fish sticks for every home game this year. Can't beat that. But he is a rookie. I wonder if he's going to be able to handle the negativity. Because when he was in Florida State, remember, he could do anything he wanted. Legal or illegal, it didn't matter. Nobody ever said anything wrong about this kid. Well, those days are over. You start losing week after week, people are going to get on his ass. I want to see how he handles that. The Saints, I think, unfortunately, I find the Saints just like the Chargers. Like, why is Breeze still there? I think it was time to start looking to put him on the block to get a whole new team. As far as the Panthers, it is the Cam show. But can they stay on the field long?
I remember their great receiver that they drafted last year had an ACL job. He's out for the season.
With the Panthers, the Panthers' defense is ferocious, but they can't be on the field 45 minutes a game. If he can stay on the field longer with a running game and get that going, they do got a chance because they'll win a lot of 6-3 games. They might not score a lot, but their defense, but you can't be on the field that long. But I'm going with Atlanta. I think that they got these two young dudes, as Freeman and Coleman, may help take a little bit of the pressure off Matty Ice. And like you said, every year it's a different winner, and I guess it's Atlanta's turn. It's not going to be pretty. 10 wins. If you get the 10 wins in this one, you're sitting good.
Maybe 9 wins.
Might be 9.
Yeah.
Now I guess this might be maybe the most
power division.
The power one is
has been flipped on its heels by Jim Harbaugh.
It's crazy. Now, going back with the West, their Week 17 is unreal. You got the Saints at Atlanta, and you got the Bucs at the Panthers. Their Week 17, if it comes down to it, that could be the division right there.
We're going to say, obviously, the Hawks are there and haven't been unseated yet. I'm saying they're having some trouble areas starting to pop up. I think they still have a good defense, but I don't think it's as badass as it was.
No, well, everybody wants to start getting paid now. That's the problem.
Exactly. There's not enough money to go around.
You can't do it.
I look for the Cardinals to stay on the track that they hit last year. And if Carson Palmer stays healthy, of course, they can remain there.
Yes.
I look for a vast improvement in the Rams' offense.
Yes.
Their defense is going to be outstanding.
Their
offense is now going to improve, especially if Foles can stand in there for the entire season.
Yes.
And the funny part is, we're not even talking the Niners, because if I had to pick, I'm picking them last in the division.
Well, as far as the Niners go, I wonder this year who's going to retire, who's getting locked up, or who just basically in the middle of the game walks off and just takes his helmet off and says, "I'm not playing no more. I'm out of here." Catch me if you can. Just go back to running the ball and stop. You're not Joe, you're not Steve. Just stop it. But I agree with you. I think the Niners they're just a train wreck that just keeps on crashing and going off track. The Rams, Nick Foles, I'm not sure if I believe enough in him or would put enough into him to where he's going to take me to playoff. I do think they're going to be good because when their defense is on, that might be the best defense in the league.
If that defense plays righteous, they are.
And then the Cardinals, if Palmer stays healthy and stays on the field, watch out. Because that, again, is another one of those defenses.
Aside from Fitzgerald, he's got those 2 young
kids,
got some speed burners.
He's got speed boys. Yeah. And with the Hawks it is. They're the defending champs. They got that nasty defense. Wilson got paid, and now they gave him a tight end. And if anything has happened, apparently now Skittles, Lynch, he now talks. Apparently he's learned how to speak over the offseason. He wants to speech therapy.
It cost him $750,000.
So now he knows how to talk. Still don't understand the word he's saying, but at least he's moving his lips.
Well, I believe that's part of the problem of them sinking this year. He did his part for the Seahawks.
Yes.
Ate his Skittles, and I think maybe he ate too many Skittles now, and it's gotten into his head. I don't see him being the same that he has been.
Well, here is where this division is going to be probably the most exciting. Week 17, the Hawks will be in the Cardinals. And I'm telling you, if Palmer plays that week, I say the division goes to the winner. Okay. Whoever wins that game wins that division. I think it's going to come down to that. And if Palmer's playing, I think I'm going to go with the Cardinals.
They always play a tough game.
How nice is that? They set it up perfectly. If you notice, every week 17, they finally realize what we want, and they make it all division games.
Exactly.
Now let's get into some really playoffs. I mean, we're talking playoffs, and it's only August already. What do you got?
Playoffs? Oh. Okay, so I had the Saints, the boys, the Packers. Let's go Seahawks, Cardinals, Vikings.
Well, I got my NFC. I got the Cardinals, winning the division, and not only that, but they're going to get the #1 seed. I got the Packers as the #2 seed. I got the Cowboys as the 3 seed, Hotland at 4, the Hawks at 5, and the Birds at 6. I got the Birds playing the Cards and the Hawks playing the Packers. And then I got the Cards and Packers playing in the championship, and I got your Packers going back to the Super Bowl. I do think they'll be healthy by then. He's going to have all kind of weapons. His defense is going to do just enough. He'll probably do a lot of that bend and not break kind of stuff. But Rodgers, it's hard to go against probably the best quarterback in the entire league. So I got the Packers going in the NFC. What do you got for AFC?
I'll go Colts, Ravens. Here's where it gets a little dicey. Buffalo, Miami, division winner.
Really?
Wild card.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll go. I'll stick my neck way out there. The Chiefs and San Diego.
Nice, nice. I got the Colts as 1. I got the Patriots at 2. I got the Chiefs at 3. Ravens at 4. I got the Broncos at 5, and I got the Finns sneaking in there on the 6th seed. Then I got the Ravens playing the Colts, and I got the Chiefs playing the Pats. I got the Ravens upsetting the Colts and playing the Pats in the championship. And again, this year, Harbaugh does read the rule book prior to the game. He checks the size of the football. They make sure the weather conditions are okay. They make
Why
sure
are you blaming it all on Harbaugh? Their team didn't even complain about
He
it.
didn't read the rules, I guess. I don't know, but everything, it's going to be the most. Not only is it going to be the most coverized championship game, but there'll be so many people double and triple checking rules and making sure. For all I know, there may be a weigh-in on the quarterback. Tom Brady might actually physically have to get on the scale to make sure he's not wearing inflated.
The Ravens and the Colts, neither team complained or said that was part of a loss. It was the officials after weighing the balls. So don't blame it on Harbaugh.
I think there's a lot of hatred toward the Patriots. I think it has to do with jealousy. You can't win all the time because people get mad. I mean, that's my problem right now. You know how jealous people get on me? I got the Ravens, though. I got the Ravens this year upsetting the Pats. Because they seem to go back and forth. I got the Ravens playing the Packers.
If I get there, I'm taking it. I like that.
And I'll tell you what, I got the Ravens winning the whole thing because I'm going with the fact that they're balanced. You gotta love a guy from Delaware, and Joe Flacco. Delaware, of all places. You know, I think you get good lottery tickets, but the cigarettes there are really cheap, too, because there's no tax. I got the Ravens upsetting the Packers in the Super Bowl. So there you have it. Unbelievable. The Ravens and the Packers. So, here we are, our new place. I got to tell you, I like this place. This is actually one of my dad's favorite restaurants. He comes here pretty much almost every other week. The sausage here is unbelievable. So, are you excited about the new year coming up or what?
I am. I can't wait to get started.
Well, sport fans, here we go. 2015-16 season. We will be coming to you week in and week out.
So it will not be another 16 weeks if we take vacation.
Yes. So you enjoy yourselves and good times are coming.